Hi, I am recording this session for Briary Energy. I'll explain the whole process flow, how the customer portal will work in case of Briary Energy. Let's begin with the process, how the internal user can begin the process. Like if we move to the sales module, there you can find a menu for customers where you can profile a customer. For example, in this case, we can complete the profile of a customer. For example, Kickstartup is the customer of Prairie Energy. We can provide the information related to the address of the customer. We can provide the phone number. We can provide the mobile number. We can provide the website, and we can mark it as a small client or a large client. If it's a company, then we have to click on the menu of the company. If it is an individual, we can just move to the individual form, and we will find some other informations like job position, phone, mobile number. And if we move to the company, the job position will be removed, and we have a menu for the tax ID. For accounting purposes, we have to do a configuration like that is the recipient bank account for receiving the payments, like from which bank account the customer will pay. We can provide the information there, and we have to configure the accounts of account receivable and account payable on the customer profile for allowing Odoo to post journal entry automatically when an invoice is booked in the system. Like this is related to the customers menu. Once you save the customer has been created in the system. Like you can see, if you go to the customers, you can see here the customer you have created, that is Kickstartup. It's a small client, it's located in Lahore, Pakistan, and that's the email. Now the second most important thing is the product profiling, like how we can create a product in the case of Bright Energy, as these are our services. For example, let me create a service for you. That can be TM60. I know that is TM59 because it's already created. Just to create a reference, I'm creating a service that is TM60. We can just add that it's a service, product type is a service, and invoicing policy in case of Bright Energy is prepaid and fixed prices. Odoo allows you to create invoices based on the timesheets, based on the time milestones, and based on the delivered quantities. In our case, in Bright Energy case, it's a prepaid fixed pricing. Like upon the creation of the order, what you want to create is the task, like a task should be created in the system. Further, now moving to the next, whether the service has some subtasks or not. If the service has some subtasks, we can just click on the menu that it has subtasks, and the menu for the project subtasks will appear. Now you can add the subtasks that its services has, like you can say it's a document review, and the second thing is issuance of noise certificate. Now coming to the accounting purposes, like for the receivable and payable account, we have attached it on the customer, and for revenue and the expenses account, we need to configure the accounts on the product, and the product is now created in the system. That's all. A Bright Energy internal user need to do it. Now, how the menu will appear to the internal to the customer. Now, once the URL is provided to the customer will log in into the menu, customer portal. What you can see is work request, sites. We will hide all of the irrelevant things that the customer would not be able to view. Currently, the working functionalities for the customer are work request and the sites. The customer moves to the work request. First, we're gonna test for like a new project. We can name it as a, like you can say, site VV. Now the customer can add a service for it, like it's we have created a service TM60. Customer has selected a quantity for it, a plot number for it, and it has attached. Site plan is attached. Drawings are attached. Noise announcement is attached, and any other files can be attached to the. Now the customer can submit the request. Now the customer is notified that the sale order is created successfully in the system. Now how this will appear to the internal user. Moving to the sales module, going to the quotations, you can see a quotation has been created. The customer name is Ali Gibran. He's a small client. He has requested for the services TM60. Like, I have created a customer with the name Kick Startup. Once I will create him as a user, he can log in from his own credential. The customer name will appear as Kick Startup. And like we can say, the price for this product or service is $200. There are no taxes. If you click on the preview, you can see the customer will be allowed, like a customer will be notified to accept and sign after internal review by the BE team. Once the customer will click on the accept and sign, the customer will be able to add the PO number, that can be any number. Sorry for the inconvenience. And the second thing is the customer can attach the PO, submit. Now there is an option to sign, like the customer can draw the signature, or customer can use the auto signatures that are being created by the system, or you can just load any of the PDF pictures for the like signature. Let me use the auto one. Click on accept and sign. Now moving back, the customer will be notified that your order has been confirmed. If we move back to the internal user, you can see the system will automatically create a project and the tasks in the system, and the sale order is being confirmed. If we move to the project, you can see the site name was site VV. This is the auto sequencing that will be used by the system. For the next project, it will be PRJ00003. And for the tasks, you can see the system has created three tasks. One is on the name of the service TM60. One, two are the subtasks that we have configured on the product profile, that is document review and issuance of noise certificate. Now, if we move back to the sale order, this is the case. It's a small client, so he has to pay before the completion of the project. So we need to create a down payment invoice for the customer that is amounted for $200. Create draft invoice, and you can confirm invoice for the down payment, register payment. We receive the payment from the customer in the bank, create payment, and that's it. Now if you can see, that's the preview of the invoice that the customer can see. Like, it can be the PDF form that you will just made available to us. It will be just similar to you. Here will be the logo of the Briary Energy, address of the Briary Energy, name of the customer, invoice number, and all that stuff, and it shows that it's an invoice against the down payment for $200. Now if we go back to the project module, now the process begins in the project module. We can see there is a project that is created in the name of the site VV. The first thing that we need to do is create a plot log for this project. Moving to the plot logs, you can see a plot log for this project is auto created in the system. You need to click and you have to provide the further information. You can just import the information you want to. Once you click on add a line, you will see that you will only the only services related to the project TM60 or site VV will be visible here. You can select the service and the only invoices related to it will be visible. You can select save and close, save and close. The plot log for this has been created. Now again moving back to the projects, we can just go to the project site VV. We can just click on the tasks, opening the task, and if you have any time allocated for this task, you can just start. The Odoo will start calculating time and you can just stop, or if there is no specific timings for it, then what you can do is just click on in progress and mark it as done. So moving back to the project, we have another task, that is document review. You can also mark it as done. Now moving again back to the this task is also marked as done. Now, if you go to the plot log, you will see progress 100%, like this project has been completed. Moving to the list view of the projects, you can just click on the project and you can just mark the project as done. Once you mark the project as a done, it gives you a reminder like you have to create an invoice against this project. You can navigate through the sale orders. It will just move you to get you to the sale order. Now you can create an invoice. Now it's a regular invoice and you have like it's against the $200 down payment that has been already paid by the customer. Here's the preview of the invoice for the customer. I think so. Let me record the second session for if a customer comes for an existing for a new service in an existing project.